Dyslexia Scotland, and I'm really proud and honoured to be so. It's great to show people how amazing it can be to have dyslexia. Einstein was dyslexic. I see patterns really well. For example, I don't need directions when I'm driving, and I know my birds visually very well. I got A's and B's in my GCSEs and A-levels. I was all set to go to university to study dentistry, following in my family's footsteps, but I was unhappy because I really didn't want to do it. I wanted to be a cameraman. I plucked up the courage to tell my parents this, and they were completely supportive. Follow your dreams, they said. I started emailing those cameramen and women I had spoken to again. And they said for the BBC to take me seriously as a wildlife cameraman, you would need to get a zoology degree. So this is what I did. Zoology with conservation and animal behaviour. And I loved it. And that's where I met the great wildlife cameraman Jesse Wilkinson. After uni, I messaged Jesse online for weeks and weeks. One day I saw him at an RSPB reserve and I persuaded him to put my number in his phone. I said, I'm a big rugby player. I can work for you. I can carry your kit for you. Jesse wasn't keen. He said he normally works alone and the teams are very small. It's hard to just bring a random person along. But a few weeks later, I got a call. It was Jesse, asking if he could take me up on my offer of carrying his kit, because he'd hurt his back and he was on a shoot, and the shoot was around Scotland. There was no budget to pay me, but I'd be saving them from having to cancel the shoot, and my food and accommodation would be paid for. Great, I got to learn from the best. That shoot took 3 weeks, and in that time Jesse realised I really knew my birds. I just needed a break to get into the industry, and I had found a crack in the door and wedged my foot right in. I then became Jesse's assistant for a number of years, doing my own bits of filming when Jesse was on his breaks, and I eventually became a fully fledged cameraman in my own right. I moved to Scotland, and the rest is history. If you have a dream, you can reach it. And I knew I wanted to be a wildlife cameraman. Presenting wasn't so much on my radar, but I knew I couldn't be a researcher or a writer or a producer. I can't read or write very well, but I can get 3 meters away from an otter, and the otter doesn't know I'm there. That's my special skill. I moved to the west coast of Scotland because that's where a lot of the shoots happen. I cleaned houses, chopped logs, cut grass, moved furniture, became a general odd job man. I ate at the same pub every night and showered at the community centre. Sometimes I'd jump in the sea to save myself the £1 it costs to have a shower, until I had enough work and enough money to get a proper place to live. Working on Wild Isles with Jesse and John Aitchison was a dream come true for me. Now I always say, follow your dream. My dance partner Yuvita would say the same thing. If you want to be a camera person, you can be. You can start off by just using your phone. If you want to go underwater, you can use a GoPro. They're cheap. Start taking your own photos. Find out what you like to do best and use your skills, whatever the equipment you have. It's all about understanding the animals and where and when to find them. Human stats. We humans are part of the animal world and share many things with our fellow animals. We get hungry and frightened. We sense the world around us. We run, jump, walk, swim, and sleep. We grow from babies to adults. On the other hand, it's fascinating to see how different animals can be. We can't fly like birds. We're not as hairy as bears. We don't even have feathers, scales, wings, or horns. We don't lay eggs. Some animals have more eyes than us, can hear much better than us, or have more hearts than us. The animal world is full of variety. Modern humans appeared on the